Okay, going to go over a very basic exercise, the squat, but we're going to do it in such a way that it's going to be very important for runners to get. Runners aren't very good at doing these kind of lifts and stuff like this, so it's important for us to understand these concepts. We're going to organize it in such a way that it's really important for every runner to get these concepts, and we'll actually have a performance benefit. So the first thing we want to think of is, first we want to be barefoot, because we need to have a good understanding and awareness of what our foot is doing in space. It really helps with the proprioception of that. The second thing we need to think about is basically how our foot is operating in space. So we're going to go tripod. Heel, base of the first, base of the fifth. 1, 2, 3, tripod of the foot. Left tripod, right tripod, 6 points of contact that we're thinking about. So basically, as we're descending down in the squat, it's really important for us to think of equal force on all 3 of those points, left to right. So that's 6 points. It's a lot for your brain to think about. So it's really important that you do this slow. So as you're descending down, basically you're going to descend down over 3 seconds, thinking of equal force on those, and then ascend over 3 seconds. Don't lock the knees, and then keep that continuous. Now, basically, the way you want to think of this is doing it continuous for a minute, and then if you can handle that, then go to 2 minutes, then 3 minutes, then up to 5 minutes. But basically, you're going to go continuous, literally thinking about equal force positioning on all 3 of those points, left to right. This is a lot like a concert with a symphony, basically. You don't want to think of any one instrument overtaking anything. So if I was to squat, you don't want any one part of the foot to bear more load than the other. That would look awkward. Right? So a lot of people say, oh, I can't squat down without lifting my heels off the ground. You could probably do it if you descended slow enough and placed equal positioning on those 3 points. And you would be able to squat all the way down without applying pressure to any one of those regions. So it's a great mind-body awareness thing. So just like I said, with the symphony, you don't want to place emphasis on any one instrument. It's got to be the whole thing continuous. So 6 points. And basically, like I said, you want to do it continuous because that really helps to teach the coordination of all of these structures, the coordination of the hip, relative to the knee, relative to the ankle. Because when we run, we land, we're being compressed by gravity and ground reaction forces. And so we need to teach all of these regions to be able to handle and distribute that load efficiently. So this is really critical exercise for a lot of people that have maybe like really poor mechanics of the hip. Like if they land, they kind of dive a little bit in, they have some impingement, they have some issues within the meniscus or some torn structures within the ankle. Like for me, I have a lot of issues in the inner part of my ankle, and if I descend on a squat quick, I will feel pain right there. But if I descend equally through those 3 regions, I won't feel any discomfort. And I encourage all of you to try that. You might have a torn meniscus, you might have hip impingement, you might have a stress fracture. And if you squat in this way and teach proper coordination, you can load the structure without irritating it. So it's a really interesting maneuver. So again, I would do this every day. It's basically at the end of your workout, and start with a minute continuous. Continuous 3 down, continuous 3 up. Just clock a minute on your watch so that way you don't have to think about it. Then work your way up to 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes.